And if you look right here, you can see the grundle. So, Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pence.
Lambo.
Hey, Lambo.
Yeah.
The rumors were actually true.
Everything was.
Well, okay, we don't know everything yet.
Yeah, we don't know everything.
But they said that there was going to be a Switch reveal on January 16th. Nintendo said nothing beforehand, and we're just like, you know what? Here. You're going to leak everything? Here. Just take it.
It definitely, it felt snarky, but in that Nintendo-y way, like, yeah, look, here's all the things. No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So we got to look at the Switch 2, just at like basically what it's going to look like and kind of how the Joy-Cons are operating, the kickstand, and some of the cosmetic features on it. But we don't know much else other than Mario Kart 9?
The number one thing people are not talking about enough
is the grundle.
2 charge ports. 2 dragons.
Actually, I have seen a lot of people... Actually, do you want to know what the 2 main things I hear people talk about are?
What?
Number 1, it's got 2 charge ports. Because the original Switch has a charge port on the bottom.
Which I think when it first came out, totally fine. Easy mistake to make. Because it's an era of people playing on handhelds for the first time in a while.
And also...
Steam Deck wasn't out.
But let's also not forget, where's the charge port on every phone?
Yeah, on the bottom.
On the bottom, like every
makes perfect sense.
Like handheld pocket devices that charge ports on the bottom.
When it's up here, like from an aesthetical kind of like point of view.
It's weird.
Only.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to have it sticking out the top. But
also, where was the charge port on the PSP?
On the PSP? Oh, I have no idea. Oh, was it on the bottom?
On the Vita, it was on the bottom.
Yeah, it was on the bottom.
Yeah. So it made sense, but because
I don't know, I only had the Go.
But because like the Switch could do this kickstand thing, you can't charge it while it's kickstand in tabletop mode. So like it's weird that it did. But now it's got 2. It's got 1 on top and 1 on the bottom, so you can charge it sliding it into the dock, or you can plug it into the top.
Or both!
Unlimited power! That's fair.
Anyway.
The other thing people are talking about, and we'll get more into this, is the way the Joy-Cons connect and the connection point there.
Yeah. Do you see that little bit of meat there? See that meat? I'm going to show you the meat. Do you see that meat there?
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah.
That meat.
Yeah. I'm looking at that meat.
I think that meat's important.
Well, here is my thing with it. I have scoured the internet looking at different possibilities.
Meat.
And the thing that plugs into that hole, people are like, oh, that's a breaking point. I've seen multiple things go, they're pretty sure that's not going to be a rigid plastic. It's going to be rubberized, so it's flexible.
There's no way. It's definitely flush with the body.
Yeah.
And anybody who's concerned about it being a breaking point, Nintendo doesn't do things like that.
Okay, hold on. A lot of people will
like
again...
what? When? Where? Oh, drifting Joy-Cons? These are obviously Hall sticks. Obviously. Look at that. It's a Hall stick.
You talk about Hall sticks all the time. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a Hall stick. Look at it.
It just looks like a stick. What are you talking
It's
about?
probably a Hall stick.
Okay.
I hope it's a Hall stick. They didn't learn their lesson and make that a Hall stick.
They probably did. My favorite joke made on the internet, someone said, bold of Nintendo to show the Joy-Cons actually drifting as they went across the table. That was funny. It looks like a Switch.
Yeah.
It has a charging port on top. It has an extra button on the right Joy-Con. It also has what appeared to be some kind of optical sensor underneath, which goes along with the rumors that it's going to act as a mouse, which could be very, very cool.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be definitely people selling third-party cool little like things to put into it, and people are definitely be 3D printing pretty early, like a little thing to slide it into to make it actually like a mouse too.
Yeah.
And all that does really is it increases its possibility of being a productivity machine in some sort of way.
Or
because Nintendo's not afraid of doing things like that.
Or
after
30 years,
Mario Paint
2.
You think?
No, I don't know.
Okay, Mario Paint in today's world would be amazing.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking a more important one.
Okay.
Mario Maker.
Oh.
So I know. So if you were to, for example, because where does Mario Maker go next? 3D. Imagine just a really, really simple 3D Mario Maker game. You would need something really, really sophisticated and kind of like robust, like a mouse to be able to click in there. I think that's kind of what's going on. And I think they're going to go crazy at first. I think it's just going to be like Mario 64 style, and you can like just draw out little bits here and there, draw out like little mountains, little thingies.
Yeah.
And having a mouse to do so, because this goes back to the 64 DD. This is crazy.
Okay.
There was a piece of software that allowed you to actually like make 3D models and then import them into other things, and that was actually going to be like one of the main aspects.
Oh.
And so I'm actually thinking that because that piece of software did exist and then never came out,
It could exist here.
it could exist here or something like it.
Oh, okay.
So I think Mario Maker is the best use case outside of things like porting things
Actually-
like Civ 7 and stuff to it.
Well,
It'd
I
be
was going to
amazing.
say another Nintendo property, Pikmin.
But games like Pikmin and stuff would be perfect for that. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
And it would change the way the game plays, kind of.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U kind of changed the way Pikmin 3 played.
It did.
And I didn't play Pikmin 4.
I have it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can't tell me.
No, but then they did release Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Wii, so you could
Right.
use the pointer and everything.
That's
and this
awesome.
could be very similar to that.
And I think it's just going to open up cool opportunities. Now, you might look at it as kind of reductive because this is just like, kind of trying to be like something else. But like, Nintendo's always got some kind of weird, good reason to do it at least one time. There's always something in every Nintendo console that works once.
Yes.
That worked one time.
Wii
Like
Sports.
1-2 switch.
No, I was going to say, 1-2 switch, yeah.
Like, do I need to know that there's a difference between 2 and 3 ice cubes in my Joy-Con?
Do I need to milk a cow and be able to be like,
Yeah, there was almost no other like usefulness for that at all for the rest of the Switch.
No.
Now, the responsiveness of the haptic feedback in that thing was really cool.
Yes.
And the fact that like it would like vibrate and play different like. Do you remember? Was it Kirby that did that? Where it like vibrated and played the weird sound.
yeah. Oh, whoa, you're bringing back memories. I
Yeah.
forgot they did that. You look at the Wii U and Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
And Xenoblade X.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah. And so like this might be the one good time that it's really useful, and then maybe there's a couple of other little like things for it. So I hope it's not a gimmick because I think it would be kind of a cool thing to have a little productivity like half productivity machine, just like something. And then I know we joked about it before, but this could be the Miiverse too.
oh no,
Like-
that was going to be my next point is
Yeah.
Miiverse, like you could scroll through it and click and like, and then you could also do the drawings. You could do the drawings.
Do little drawings.
Yeah. I want that.
Look at that meat. Look at that meat.
I
in
see
there.
the meat. I see the meat.
Did you see the blue meat on the other one?
Show me the.
There's the blue meat.
There's the optic sensor.
Yeah.
Stop saying meat.
Well, it's sticking out like meat. Look at it.
When does meat stick out? Never mind.
You don't want to know the answer.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Did you notice they gave them little tails too, like they were mice?
Yeah, it's adorable.
It is adorable. And then, okay, so this is what they're talking about. And like, if that's rigid, it could be a breaking point. But I also, one of the things they talked about with the rumors of this being magnetic,
Yeah.
is that could you remove the Joy-Cons without releasing the magnets? One source said, yeah, but it's stupid hard to do, and you're gonna ruin it. So that makes me think that even if that is rigid, that ain't
I
moving.
bet you when you just get it near the thing, it just clicks in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like so.
Like a detachable keyboard for an iPad or a tablet.
Absolutely. So like, there's no way that they designed this that it's gonna like impact anything, and it is more than it's not sitting flush to the edge.
No, it's
Definitely,
plugged
like,
in there.
It's like embedded in there because when they first showed the thing, it's not like those two little ditties are sticking out.
right. And
Look at that ditty.
yeah. And here's my other thing too is like any console, any handheld can break if you're rough with it. I broke my DS. I broke 2 3DSs. It happens. Like if you're sitting there with your Switch and you're like, ah, and you just crack it. If it breaks, that's not a fault of the hardware.
Well, and the new one they like pointed out earlier in the video that it is thinner.
it is thinner.
So it is potentially
Thinner but
possible.
wider.
Thinner but wider.
You saw the screenshot button.
Right.
But there is that extra button on the other one.
Yeah, there's
which-
that extra little button. I don't know. I've
does.
seen people discuss that it could possibly be something to do with like going into mouse mode.
Oh, okay.
But it would be on both though. Then
It would be.
They showed both of them going around.
Yeah.
and both of them seem to have that little sensor.
Yeah, so I don't know what that button does.
They also brought up the idea of it being a cast button. So the other rumor that's going around, and I've seen Spawnwave talk about this, and like some of the other Nintendo YouTubers, that this could be the weird melding of the Wii U technology and with the Switch. That potentially you could have your dock sitting over there, and you could just cast to your dock. Which would, I know,
God.
right? Which would be amazing. And then you could have, for the first time ever, like the true dual screen situation. And then like you could for the first time ever port things like
DS games and 388.
and Wii U games.
And Wii U games. And what Wii U game are you going to port?
Nintendo Land!
That's the only one that's
the only one we need!
And Devil's Third.
And Devil's Third. We don't want that game.
Somebody does.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
the rest of it seems very, very standard Switch. It looks a little smoother, a little more rounded at times. The kickstand.
Yeah.
A lot of people are. I've seen.
I rarely use my kickstand as it is.
No, but the people are complaining that it looks too fragile. Like,
No,
first of all, it's sturdier than the original Switch's was.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that little ditty?
It just popped off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was supposed to. Like, it actually had enough give on it that it they knew. They knew.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo's gotten better with their design stuff.
We are Nintendo fanboys. We will say that, but there are potential breaks in this. Could that break? Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever.
But like
Whatever.
like if you're being rough with it, like PlayStation's right now, the disk drive's just failing.
Now, I think this thing's going to be like super robust. There's no way that they're going to make it so that it.
Almost every Nintendo system has been very durable.
Yeah, I think the Switch is actually one of the least.
It is.
Like after a while, like 100th time you slide that Joy-Con in and out, it feels a little like.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean,
something they get a little like this. You can feel them kind of like have a little bit of sideways give.
My day one Switch, after having it for about 5 years, the vents at the top, the slots going across that were broken. I was missing a screw, but did it still work?
Oh yeah,
You better believe it did. You better believe it.
aesthetically,
I love it.
I love that meat in there, and I love that you can see the little bits of meat sticking through.
Saying meat.
Do you see that? You can see the little bit of meat sticking through there.
Yeah, well, it's also around the joysticks. But I mean, like, it's a Switch, and it's an updated Switch, and thank God, by the way, Nintendo just called it the Switch 2.
And yes, and they spent the first like 5 seconds of this thing pointing out, hey, look, we made it bigger. Hey, look, it's different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, so the only issue is that they are repeating a couple of Wii U problems here.
Right.
Is that it's very, very similar to the old one.
Yeah.
Now, calling it the 2 is a better marketing thing
Than just attaching the U onto the end.
So 100%.
Yeah. It's got the same kind of controller dealio.
That was the only thing I was disappointed by.
Really?
They could have come up with something cooler looking than that weird little plastic thing.
Meh.
And I can't use my old one, so I might as well just throw it out.
Meh.
But it's adorable.
It's coming in 2025.
Right.
Now here's the Wii U overview video, but this actually showed games.
Yeah, it did. A lot more.
Yeah.
And they tried to, I think, make it look a little bit more, like they were definitely hitting on the whole, like, casual.
Right, but that
here's
looked like
family playing.
But that looked like Wii Sports, and here's Wind Waker, a game that's already been out. And I think at some point they show them with the Wii remotes, and it's like,
and they're just like playing on past successes. I don't know if it necessarily worked the same way.
I don't know either. It's a different kind of video.
And then they did show up one game,
Mario Kart 9,
which I think is the best idea. We don't need a Zelda right away. We don't need a Mario right away. Mario Kart is enough. We've learned at this point. Mario is a.
There has not been a new Mario Kart game.
Yeah, since what, 2014.
2013 or 2014.
So
it's been a long time. Wow. Like we're at almost 10 years.
Yeah. Everyone's weirded out at the shape of everybody.
Well, it's the Donkey Kong particularly.
Well, the Donkey Kong kind of looks like the movie Donkey Kong. Everyone's pointing out, but everyone's got that like wide thing.
Yeah, they're looking a little
kind of like the SNES versions a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Bowser particularly.
Yeah.
You know, he has that just like taking up a lot of space look to him.
Yeah.
That Donkey Kong does not look like the modern Donkey Kong. It looks like the old Donkey Kong.
It does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: is give me more Mario Kart. This looks beautiful, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And then people are speculating open world, or the idea that like you have like multiple places, like multiple ways to get to the next area.
Oh, okay.
That like
it'd be weird if they did it like Burnout Paradise. It's coming out in 2025, though. We know that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct on the 2nd of April,
right after an April Fool's Day.
Can
we trust any of it?
It's on the 2. It's on the 2, and it's the Switch 2.
Oh, I didn't see that. And 4 is divisible by 2. It becomes...
Hold on. The 4 in April divided by 2 is 2.
Right.
2024. 2 plus 0 is still 2. And 2 and 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. It's all 2s! Everything is 2s!
Well, Nintendo's not afraid of doing that.
No.
We know that they love to, like, shove weird things, like, everything that has to do with the moniker of their system. They shove weird 2s everywhere.
I was going to wait for you to be like, they've loved to shove weird
Okay. And right here. This is the best moment. Look at that meat.
Yeah. Stop saying meat.
Look at that meat.
Because Nintendo, like I said, they've
Look at
made...
that little slice of meat there. What? Are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you. I just think maybe either you're hungry or something. I don't know. You just keep talking.
I had chicky nuggies for dinner.
That sounds delightful.
They were delicious.
Anyway. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like, I'm sure there's been lots of people reacting to this, and we're just going to say, like, we're excited because give us more Switch. The Switch has been a lovely console for the past almost 8 years now. Mm-hmm. It's been almost 8 years of the Switch, and I have played through so many games on it. It has been a haven of awesome role-playing games and just awesome indies. And it's been no BS.
Like, I am still waiting for the interesting shoe to drop, because if the only thing this thing does more than the Switch
is more power,
is more power and has we have a little like mouse for a controller. Yeah. Although I can think of some amazing good uses for it.
Right.
There's got to be one more thing, and I'm hoping it's the cast button. Because if they could use that Wii U technology and just do that thing. Yeah.
That was the original talk with the NX.
Yeah.
With the Switch.
And that there was going to be like it was going to be just modular. Now, like, the Switch ended up being modular.
But
not in the way we imagined, right. Where, like, everything was housed inside the system. But imagine, because in the world of cameras, this is like where I'm coming from, it's becoming way, way, way less expensive to have HDMI signals be, like, shot out. Mm-hmm. So if you had, like, just a thing that was a receiver over there, mm-hmm. and it would just be like a Bluetooth HDMI signal over there.
It might be.
And it could totally work.
It might be. There's a lot of meat underneath that Switch dock.
There's a lot of meat underneath that Switch dock. It could be hiding a lot of meat in there.
Sorry, I wanted to bring up one last thing before we fall on this. Yeah. It is backwards compatible, but they said not with everything.
That's BS. Everything has that caveat.
Right.
There's not a single thing ever that doesn't have that caveat.
No, but I will say this, because I know Slowtab brought up that he was concerned.
Yeah, there's no reason to be.
But here's the big point. Yeah. There's two things right away I know aren't going to work with it.
Yeah.
Labo.
Oh, well, the OLED doesn't even work with Labo. Oh.
Yeah, it does.
Not everything. Yeah, there's certain things that the Labo doesn't work with, apparently.
Oh. Yeah. But because the Joy-Cons are different. They're not going to fit in Labo. Yeah. And same with Ring Fit Adventure. You can't use the ring with it
Absolutely. anymore. I'm sure any of the games that don't work, it's a hardware limitation.
Right. Whereas all your favorite games you're going to want to play are going to be...
I'm sure 99.9% of games will work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I think the number one thing for me is, like, are they going to make it so the MIG switch doesn't fit? So there's that little thing that people sell to put ROMs on, and I'm wondering if, like, there's something about that. And here's the only thing I'm going to throw out there is that to make, like, DS, like, R4 cards and stuff work, they put, like, a dummy version of a game inside the R4 cards, like thing. And so when you put it in, it shows up as, like, Bomberman or whatever.
Right.
You click on it and then it takes you inside.
Right.
And it might be because there's, like, an vulnerability in that particular software.
Right.
So I'm wondering if the MIG switch uses a similar vulnerability built into a particular game, and they could easily, like, stamp out the games that those vulnerabilities work with.
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder.
And then they could be, Nintendo could be kind of evil.
And re-release the game.
Well, no, hear me out. They could be kind of evil and say, well, it's the pirates and stuff that are making it so you can't play some of your favorite games.
Ooh.
So if they were to, like, have to, like, cut a game out of backwards compatibility,
that would be...
do you know what I mean? Because then it would be hitting people where they hurt, because it would be like, you're stopping people from playing games.
Yeah.
And they would be telling...
They're flipping the script.
They're flipping the script. And I think that would be a really interesting storyline, but that's just headcanon right now.
Now, here's the thing is, there are going to be a lot of emulator people out there who are going to come at you for, like, why would you give them this idea?
I think it's a good idea. There's going to be no way to stop the piracy, though. So I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
it's just going to increase the number of people who are going to play things illicitly instead of the right way.
Right.
That's all. Whatever.
Who knows? But
Yeah.
hey, let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited for it? What do you want to play on it? What games do you want to see come out for it? And what features are you hoping to see? Do you also miss the Miiverse? Do you miss Street Pass? Like, were you a Wii U owner? Are you still a little sad? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other stuff. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
This is the Grundle.
Look at that meat.